Welcome to Akulmek Live. I'm Kanchan Verma, and today is Remarkable Monday. And today we have a special guest, Ritu Gupta, who is the CEO of Four Season PR agency, and she's quite seasoned professional. So first, let's welcome her. Welcome to the show, Ritu. How are you doing today? As you know that we had been doing public relation tactics in different streams, different segments. So yet again, we are here to discuss about. So what we are discussing today, Ritu?
Thank you, Kanchan. I'm so glad to be back on your show. And today we are going to talk about why and how public relation is being used in the charitable work and, by various NGOs. What is its importance?
Well, great. So NGO also require public relation activity. That is something which is quite remarkable. So how really we use these tactics in public relation in NGOs?
Yes, Kanchan. All NGOs and whether they are big or small, they do their public relations as per their budget. Any NGO, every NGO has to do public relations. The charitable organizations, they take up the public relations work because any NGO or the charitable organization can only function if they get good donation. So to generate the donation, you have to undertake various public relation activities. Then only you can survive because to do any kind of charitable work to promote your good self, your good activity, to show your concern for the society, you have to publicize about your work which you do at the ground level, at the government level, at various other levels. And for that, you need some money. And that money is being generated via donation. So to have donation to raise the funds, you need to do public relations.
Well, when we are talking about public relation and especially for NGOs, so do we really require the same patterns of public relation activity like exhibition and creating awareness through newspaper or maybe word of mouth, which is being used for maybe for a long time? So, what are those pillar of activities which are used in NGOs?
Okay, so the public relation work in NGOs and the charitable organization is slightly different. It's pure public relations, but then the methods undertaken are slightly different. First of all, you have to make the case study of your own work, the work which you undertake, whatever your charitable organization does. Your NGO does, you have to make the case study of that, and that case study has to go to the various functionaries in the government. And in case you want to generate fund from any private sector, any big giant in private sector, you have to present your case study. Number two, you have to be very active on the social media. You have to let people know what is your organization all about. I mean, your charitable organization, what does your NGO do? Why it is required, what is the need of this particular NGO. And suppose if you or I make any kind of donation, then there should be a small interview by ourselves talking about the great work being done for the NGO and why we have made the donation, because this is going to encourage other people, encourage the viewers, encourage other people who are there on the social media to make any kind of donation as it suits them. Number three, you should have some celebrity as your ambassador. It is very important that any NGO and every NGO should have some known face. The celebrity can be from Bollywood, can be sports person or anyone. The celebrity, having a celebrity, it really leaves an impact on the mind of the people, because you have to definitely play with the psychology of the general public who give the donation, and also with the psychology of the private sectors, the big giants, the big business houses, because they are the ones who do the CSR, corporate social responsibility. So there is a big chunk of money in CSR that you need to take for your charitable organization. So these the celebrities, they go and speak on your behalf to the masses. They are there on your publicity posters, and they speak about your good work. And if you see in today's world, most of the celebrities are connected with some kind of NGO. So it is a win-win situation for the NGOs also and for the celebrities also, because it saves their taxes also.
Well, definitely, because we require awareness about whatever work we do. And as you mentioned, social media is one of the key aspect when we are talking about public relation, because that gives a platform of interaction. But my question is, suppose if my NGO is 1 year old, so what kind of public relation activity we really start, and what is the duration we should plan, so that we are in the eyes of general public and people start realizing our work and appreciating an NGO, the work we are doing, or any NGO, which is whatever work, like child education or safe environment, any kind of work. So how we can plan it and how we can start that kind of activity,
A very
especially when PR we are
Yeah.
talking about.
It's a very good question, Kanchan. So, suppose if your NGO is a very new NGO, it's just 1 year old. So, there are various programs which you do, because every NGO does various kind of programs on the grassroots level, whatever you do. So, you need to promote those programs. You need to make file of those programs, because after 3 years or 5 years, you can generate government fund also. So, to get the government fund, you have to present your case study. You need to have the pictures also of the various programs, various seminars, various activities you're doing. You need to give the complete report also. And at the same time, the same things are going to help you out in generating the funds. If it's 1 year old NGO, you will not get any government fund, but then you will get the funding from the private place, from the private sectors. So you do your PR on small level. You take small step every time. So sometimes you are teaching the kids, sometimes you're talking about their wellness, sometimes you are talking about giving education about child abuse to, or sanitizing the general public. So at various level, you approach different business houses and let them know that this is what we do. You make the posters, send them the posters, send them your social media promotion activity, and let them know that what you are doing and how can they be beneficial, because your promotion is going to get you the funds. And anyone who's giving you the funds or who's giving you the donation should also know that how it is going to be beneficial for them also. So these are small public relation works which you do, so that where you connect different members of the society with your project.
I would like to hear any case study which you know, and any NGO which you appreciate and they have marvelous public relation activity beside their crucial core work of generating awareness about the cause.
Okay, so I'm going to talk about one NGO which is called Samarpan, and it started in Uttarakhand. It started in Dehradun, and Samarpan was only initially was started from one room in a house in Dehradun. So they were only giving computer education to the kids. As you know, the most of the kids in Uttarakhand, they definitely go to the school. Whether they have to walk a lot, whether they have to cycle out or whatever, most of the kids, they go to the school, and the education is the prime concern for every parent living in the rural area also of the Uttarakhand. So they were giving computer education to the kids there. So when the kids would come back from the school, they would attend 1 hour computer education. They were taught how to use the computers. Plus, they were given some kind of small meal also, like lemonade, nimu pani, shikanji, and patty, burger, paratha, whatever. So they were given the meal also. The meal was given to attract the kids to attend the classes also. It's very important. So this Samarpan organization, it worked there. It worked on this similar level for nearly 5-6 years, and then they started getting the government fund. They moved out of Dehradun and they reached to the rural area where they were educating the villagers about the child abuse also. So from education, they went to the child abuse. And now I've heard that they have collected lots of money, and they are, talking about old age homes. They're talking about senior livings. They have various senior people living with them. Also, they have made an orphanage also. So the kids, they have the senior parents, and the parents have the senior young kids living with them. So they have given a kind of a family atmosphere to the senior people also, and to the young orphanage kids also. They have become orphaned because of various calamities happening there, and so there is no one taking care of them. So this particular NGO has given shelter to these kids. So this is a case study that how the NGO can grow itself. You start with one cause, and you can then grow as you get your donation, and grow your cause to different aspects related with the main cause.
Right. When we are talking about public relation and then we are discussing about charitable organizations. Now, when we are talking about public relation professional, so the skill set which is required for NGO or charitable PR professional, are they different from other corporate PR professionals?
Not really. Not really. In the charitable organization, you have to again write very well, speak to the media people, because it is the media people who will give you the publicity. Media is always open to take interviews, talk about the charitable work also. So you should have the right contact in the media so that they can, showcase your cause. They can write about it. They can show on your TV channels. They call you for the interview. It is just that you should have good communication skill, and the work you do, you make sure that you speak to the people. So what I'm trying to say, you should have an outgoing personality, plus your language should be very good, so that people, they know about it, and you are able to get the fund. So in a way, you should have the marketing skills also. You have to sell your charitable organization work to various business houses and to the media also, because it is the media which helps you a lot in getting the funds. So you should have marketing skills also.
So, any last thought you want to share when we are talking about charitable organization? Because this is a quite an important segment in the society, and people who are engaged in charitable and NGO activity. So, first is that they are very concerned about the cause, and they want other people to be concerned the cause which with we are working upon. At the same time, the public relation agencies who are working with them. So I think it is what personally I feel it's a long activity when we are especially talking about public relation for NGOs. So any agency who is engaged in especially charitable cause and doing a public relation. So any last thought, or any professional who want to cultivate the PR skills, especially for NGOs, would like to share anything?
Yes, Kanchan. First of all, I really want to say that it's a tedious work to be working with NGOs, and since NGOs are most of the time under scanner of the government, so the NGOs are also very careful. They only take people who are qualified to do the job. So if you want to be a PR consultant for NGO, you should be actually qualified. You should have your degree, diploma in public relations or mass communication. Number two, you should have good communication skills, and you should have your marketing abilities also. And I think it's a very good thing if you get connected with NGO, because let me say, cry, child relief, and you. Then there is Kushi, then being human, just name the NGOs. And even I have worked with an NGO for more than 6 years. So most of the NGOs, they have proper public relations department. They have proper PR people working for them, because these are the people who make their annual reports. These are the people who are making their intercommunication reports. Also, these are the people who go out and talk. So if you really, any young student, any intern who wants to gain some knowledge about public relations, they must go and work with NGOs, because there you actually get the ground level knowledge. You work at the grassroots level. You at times are working with the, the poor segment of the society, but at the same time, you are going and talking with the business houses also, and you are going and lobbying in the with various government officials or bureaucrats also. So you actually are doing public relations. So I will say it's a very interesting field, but it is slightly tedious that you have to be hardworking. That's it.
Well, as usual, it is so lovely to talk to you today and know about the skill set for especially charitable organization. We'll be meeting again with next topic. Till then, bye bye and you take care.
Bye bye. Thank you. Thank you so much.